Okay, let's look at a histogram. It's a special type of column graph. Please note there is no gaps left between the columns, so these columns butt up to each other. This column butts up to this one, butts up to that one, and there is usually a half interval is left before the first column. So like a half interval, half the width of a normal column is left at the start. Let's look at some specific data here. This is the number of minutes rounded to the nearest minutes that 40 Year 10 students take to travel to school on a particular day. They've represented this data in a histogram. So we've done an axis down here, evenly spaced going from 0 up to 35. Okay, there is no half a gap left here because the x-axis starts at 0. The half a gap was left up here because 155 was the start of the first column. So that's why there's a half gap left there. So back to this example here. Let's look how many students travel to school between 0 and 5 minutes. So here, 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 and here. And I'm sorry, we don't include the 5. So how many students travel between 0 and 5 minutes? If I'm not including that one there, there is 3. So between 0 and 5 minutes, here on my frequency axis, I go up to 3 and rule a line across. Now, how many students travel to take between 5 and 10 minutes to travel to school? So I'm marking them off here, between 5 and up to not including 10. I think I've got them all, and that is 4. So between 5 and 10 minutes, we go up to, we get to 4 and our frequency axis and down. Now, how many students take between 10 and up to but not including 15 minutes to get to school? So if I went and found all those scores there, if I look here, it looks like there must be 14 students who would take between 10 and 15 minutes to get to school. So let's have a look between 10 and 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, there's 14 of them. Hence the column graph going up to the histogram going up to 14. So similarly, you do that for how many students took between 15 and 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. It looks like no one took that. And between 30 and 35 minutes, it looks like only one student took that length of time to get to school. They've also drawn a comparative box plot under here. So from this data, again, they would have done a 5-point summary. So they would have done up the 5 things that go in our 5-point summary: Q1, Q2, Q3, X min, X max, found those and then put them into the box plot, just so you can do a comparison from the box plot to the histogram. It looks like this data is positively skewed. In other words, see the median is towards the left of the box. But also you can see that from the histogram that it seems the majority of the scores are in the lower time it took to school. So that goes through what a histogram is, how we draw a histogram from the data, and how we can tell whether it's symmetrical or positively or negatively skewed.